Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're getting into something really fascinating. It's about a time in life that, well, for a lot of us, really shapes our financial future. We're talking about your early 20s.
Yeah, exactly. It's often seen as, a time for finding yourself, exploring. And it is. But what our sources are showing is that it's also, maybe even more importantly, this foundational period for actually building wealth.
hmm We've been looking at some really potent excerpts titled The Decade of Wealth Building.
Yeah.
Avoid these mistakes.
Mm.
And our mission here really is to unpack the habits, the ways of thinking, the stuff that either puts you on a path to financial freedom or, frankly, keeps you stuck in, like, averageness forever.
That's a good way to put it. Stuck.
Yeah, and there was this one line in the source that just kind of jumped right out. It said, "This is the decade where your habits either make you rich or trap you in average forever."
Oh, that's pretty direct, isn't it?
It is blunt, but, there's a flip side. It implies hope. It suggests that if you understand these common tracks and you avoid them and you consciously build certain mindsets, right?
Then you're not just talking about getting by, you're actually setting yourself up to thrive.
Thrive, not just survive. I like that.
And what I found really compelling is how the source immediately goes, okay, wealth doesn't start in your wallet. It starts in your mind.
Okay, so unpack that. What does that really mean in practice?
Well, it's not just some nice sounding phrase, right?
Mhm.
It's the core idea we're digging into. It's about the mental game, things like discipline, delaying gratification sometimes. It's about committing to learning how money works consistently.
Right.
And maybe most importantly, seeing setbacks not as like the end of the world, but as chances to learn, building that resilience for your financial life.
Right, the inner game.
Exactly. And the source material, it's super clear about the traps that just snag so many people in these years. It really highlights how folks can waste this crucial decade. Chasing validation, staying broke, trying to look rich, fearing failure, and never learning how money really works.
Oop.
Yeah, it calls them deadly mistakes.
Right.
Things that can genuinely throw your financial future off track before it even gets going properly.
When you say chasing validation, I immediately
Yeah.
think of, well, the pressure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Buying the latest phone, the designer clothes, maybe not because you need it, but for the image,
Mm.
for Instagram or whatever.
Precisely. And that's money going down the drain, not being put to work. All for what? A temporary nod from someone else.
It's such an easy trap, especially when you're young, figuring things out.
It is. And it flows right into that next point. Staying broke, trying to look rich.
Right.
It's the total opposite of thinking strategically. Instead of building something solid underneath, you're constantly spending just to keep up appearances.
Yeah, it's exhausting just thinking about it.
And it shows a real lack of understanding about how wealth actually grows. The source talks about basics like, compound interest, how even small amounts invested consistently can explode over time.
Yeah, the magic of compounding.
Or just knowing the difference between good debt, maybe a smart student loan, a mortgage on an asset versus, that crippling credit card debt from just buying stuff.
That makes a world of difference. Okay, so that's the stuff to avoid, the deadly mistakes. But what about the positive side? The source also talks about building specific mindsets, right?
Yes, exactly. The flip side, it really emphasizes cultivating the mindset of ownership, risk-taking, and long-term thinking.
Okay.
And this isn't just like make a budget. This is a fundamental shift in how you see your money, your opportunities, your whole future, really.
Let's break those down. Ownership mindset, what does that look like day to day?
Well, connecting it to the bigger picture, it means you take full responsibility for learning about money, for your career moves, for how you spend. You're not just waiting for things to happen to you or blaming external factors.
Right.
You're asking, okay, what can I actually control here? What can I do? It's moving away from wanting everything now towards making deliberate strategic choices.
That feels foundational, taking ownership. And I guess that directly fights against the fearing failure track, too.
Absolutely.
Because failure isn't just about, I don't know, a business idea flopping. It could be smaller stuff, right?
Totally. It could be being afraid to ask for a raise.